there may be a possible suspect in the double murder of 2 women in Moab. The new information coming to light from a search warrant that was unsealed to the public.
Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner were brutally killed while camping near Moab. Their killer has yet to be found. For every crime, there's a story in The Truth Matters. Here's ABC4's senior crime and punishment correspondent Marcos Ortiz with tonight's Justice Files.
ABC4 will not be naming this individual because he hasn't been arrested, nor has he been charged. But in this search warrant that was recently unsealed, he is named, and it offers a lot of red flags.
It was exciting that, we've been told something.
That's because for nearly half a year, authorities have been silent about the murders of Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner. One of the women was raped. Both were shot to death near the campsite in the LaSalle Loop Road, south of Moab. The search warrant took place right after their deaths, but was just unsealed. It offered a name of a possible suspect, a 27-year-old man. Authorities later learned he routinely sleeps in his car and often camps along the LaSalle Loop Road. Women who knew him told police he makes unwanted advances towards women, making them feel uneasy, and he had no alibi for the time the women disappeared and were found dead. He's not been arrested, but Crystal Turner's cousin understands police continue to work the case.
They're waiting on forensics, which I don't know what that actually entails. I'm hopeful it's DNA. Really hopeful.
It's unclear if the evidence being processed is related to this 27-year-old man. Meanwhile, a private investigator for the father of Kylan Schulte's dad says he was surprised by this latest development.
And he was aware of an early stop of somebody right after the murder, but he didn't know any of the details. So all the information coming forward is quite alarming.
Jensen says the warrant raised more questions than answers. Example, were guns found on the 27-year-old? A different cell phone was found at the murder scene, but who does it belong to? For Jensen, the fact that there's been no arrest meant 3 things.
Either the search cleared him entirely, or there was a lack of evidence at the time, but it may also mean that he's the one and only suspect from day one.
A trial lawyer following the murders of Schulte and Turner says there's reasons why there hasn't been any arrest.
It's my belief that the police may have enough to move on this person, but they wouldn't have enough for a conviction.
He says there's no statute of limitations for murder, and releasing the warrant may serve another purpose. They may be seeking the public's help.
Did you see someone who fits this description talking to the victims before that at a restaurant, at a bar, at a laundromat, anything, where a local Moab person would be? And there might be information that could be important.
For now, Turner's cousin says she's okay with how the case is being investigated.
I wouldn't want them arrested until they had enough evidence to put the person away if they were guilty of it.
The 27-year-old recently moved out of Moab. Now, other than a few traffic tickets, he has no criminal history whatsoever. We'll continue to follow this story both online and on air. For the Justice Files, Marcos Ortiz, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Marcos. Well, healthcare companies expanding and